Good morning, you guys. Welcome to my channel. Come on, shine. And today I came up with the very important novel Things Fall Apart by Chinua Achebe. But before going to the novel, I would like to say you one thing that please subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon by which you would be informed whatever I'll upload on my channel. So, without wasting our precious time, let's move to the video. Well, first of all, the introduction part. Things Fall Apart is the debut novel by Nigerian author Chinua Achebe, first published in 1958, and it depicts pre-colonial life in the southeastern part of Nigeria and the arrival of Europeans during the late 19th century. The characters. So first character is Okonko. This Okonko is the protagonist of the novel, and the title based on its gradual demolishment or his tragic flaw. And the next is Novoi. Novoi is Okonko's oldest son. Next is Ezinma. Ezinma was the only child of Ikwifi, Okonko's second wife. Ikwifi was Okonko's second wife. And the another is Ikmifuna. Ikmifuna was a boy given to Okonko by a neighboring village. And the next is Mr. Brown. So Mr. Brown was the first white missionary to travel to Ethiopia. And another is Reverend James Smith. This was the missionary who replaces Mr. Brown. Again, Uchendu. Uchendu was the younger brother of Okonko's mother. Okay. Another is the district commissioner. So this district commissioner was an authority figure in white colonial government in Nigeria. And next is Oberika. Oberika was Okonko's closest friend. And Ikwifi, as I told before, Okonko's second wife. And once she was the beauty of the village. Okay. So now the story part. Well, Okonko is a wealthy and respected warrior of the Umuofia clan. Umuofia clan was a lower Nigerian tribe. Actually, his father, Yunoka, who was coward and lazy man and not that much hardworking, and when he died he left all his debt unsettled, which was settled by Okonko, by which he became the clansman and a warrior. And another character is his 12-year-old son named Novoi, who was also lazy, and Okonko was scared also, thinking that Novoi will also become like his father, Yunoka. And next, in a settlement of neighboring tribe, Okonko gets a 15-year-old boy, Ikmifuna, who was hardworking and soon become an ideal boy to Okonko. But Okonko believes here that if he will show his affection towards Ikmifuna, he would look weak as he was just an adopted child. So Ikmifuna stays with Okonko's family for 3 years, and Novoe loves him so much and takes inspiration from him and developed his masculinity, which pleases Okonko also. The Locustus. Locustus was a kind of tidda, the insect, and they came to Umofia every year. And what villagers do? Villagers excitedly collect it and fry it and eat it because it tastes good. Then another character, Ogbifi. Ogbifi is Zudu, enters in the scene, who was the elder in the village, and there was the custom that elderly people were praised or respected so much. So this Ogbifi was also respected so much. One day what he did, he informs Okonko in a private chamber that the oracle means Akashwani, has said that Ikmifuna, the adopted child, must be killed. Ogbifi also adds to his statement that because Ikmifuna calls him means Okonko, his father, so he should not take part in the boy's death. Ogbifi warns him that Okonko should not take part in Ikmifuna's death. But what Okonko did, Okonko just ignores his advice and lies to Ikmifuna, telling him that they must return him to his home village. On this news, Novoi burst into tears because Novoi so much loves Ikmifuna. On the way to Ikmifuna's village, Ikmifuna innocently imagines about seeing his mother and all. Then what happens then? After several hours of walking, some of Okonko's clansmen attacked the boy with machete. This machete is a kind of kulhara in Hindi, and now buying or selling, import or export of machete is illegal in UK. But you can easily watch it in Tamil movies. So, what clansmen do? So, clansmen attacks Ikmifuna with this machete. As the boy's back is turned, one of the men strikes the first blow with machete. Ikmufuna then cries out to Okonko, "My father! They have killed me!" and runs towards Okonko. And at this point of time, Okonko again afraid to appear weak in front of his clansmen and kills Ikmufuna with his machete, despite the oracle's alarm or admonishment. Admonishment means चेतावनी. मीन्स ऑरिकल के चेतावनी के बावजूद भी ओकोंको इकमीफुना को काट देता है अपने मशेटी से, अपने कुल्हाड़ा से. एंड व्हेन ओकोंको रिटर्न्स होम, by the appearance of Okonko, Novoe thinks. Novoe observes his appearance and he draws a conclusion that his friend is now dead. Means Ikmifuna is now dead, and Novoe becomes so much, upset. After this incident, Okonko sinks into depression, neither able to sleep nor eat. Then he visits his friend Oberika, and there they discussed about arrival of colonialists and change took place in mentality of their own villagers. And here Oberika seems to voice Achebe's own thought on colonialism. As you can see on the screen, this is the conversation between Oberika and Okonko. So, does the white man understand our custom about land? How can he, when he does not even speak our tongue? But he says that our customs are bad, and our own brothers who have taken up his religion also say that our customs are bad. How do you think we can fight when our own brothers have turned against us? The white man is very clever. He came quietly and peaceably with his religion. We were amused at his foolishness and allowed him to stay. Now he has won our brothers, and our clan can no longer act like one. He has put a knife on the things that held us together, and we have fallen apart. This is the very important quotation. If you would like, so you can add it in your answer sheet. This is very important. So as you can see here, fallen apart. This fallen apart means the title also. The title, The Things Fall Apart, has been taken from W.B. Yeats' most famous poem, Second Coming. And I also made a separate video on this poem, Second Coming, and give a link in description box so you can go and check it out. Now, Okonko feels revived a little bit after meeting Oberika. Oberika was his closest friend, so Okonko visits visits him, and he feels little bit revived, relaxed. Then Okonko's daughter Izinma falls ill. As I told before, Izinma was the only daughter of Ikwifi, so she recovers after Okonko's gather leaves for her medicine, so she recovers very soon. After this, there was the announcement of death of Ogbifi Yuzuru to the village by means of Ikwi. So this Ikwi is a Igbo community's musical instrument that by which they were spreading the news in the village. So, and here Okonko feels guilty because the last time Izudo visited him was to warn him against taking part in Ikmifuna's death. So by this, Okonko feels guilty that he did not accept his advice and just ignored it and killed his son-like child, Ikmifuna. And Ogbifi was respected elder man, as I told before, so his funeral was so large. Men beat drums and fired their guns. Then another tragic incident occurred in this funeral was Ogbifi's 16-year-old son was mistakenly killed by Okonkos itself by his gun. And it was a crime against the earth goddess to kill a clansman. This was the belief system that if anyone kills a clansman, then it would be a crime against the earth goddess. So for this act, Okonko and his family exiled to Mabanta. Mabanta is another village which was Okonko's mother's native village, and there they were welcomed by Uchendu. So Uchendu was Okonko's mother's younger brother. Okay, and then the men from Ogbifi's quarter burn Okonko's buildings and kill his animals to cleanse the village of his sin. After the death of that 16-year-old child of Ogbifi's, what they did, Ogbifi's family or Ogbifi's men just burned down all Okonko's building and killed his animals to cleanse the village of his sin. But Uchendu, on the other hand, helps him to start a farm with yam seeds. Okay, and Oberika also. America brings several bags of cowries by selling his yam, and this cowries was shells used as a currency. So America bringing currency to Okonko by selling this yam seed. With this, America also brings the bad news that Abam was another village, has been destroyed by the white men. This was a very bad news for both of them, Oberika and Okonko. Soon afterward, the leader, Mr. Kiaga, and Mr. Brown reached to Mabanta, where Okonko was settled down with their 6 missionaries. They started priming means bhadkana, so they started priming the villagers about their religion, because their aim is to convert the resident of Umofia to Christianity. But Mr. Brown was a kind-hearted man, though Mr. Brown was a colonialist, but he was a kind-hearted man and was good to villagers. But soon he grows ill and replaced by Reverend James Smith, an intolerant and strict man. Reverend James Smith was an intolerant and strict man. One such convert was taken place when Ino was another character, dressed to unmask an Igwugu. Okay, Igwugu. Here, Igwugu, according to the tradition, any village ancestor who has been buried in the earth returns during an annual ceremony as an Igwugu. Actually, this Igwugu, in reality, is a clansman wearing a mask representing an ancestor who has come back from the dead. So, this was the custom. So, what Ino did? Ino dares to unmask this Igwugu during the annual ceremony to honor the earth deity, an act equivalent to killing an ancestral spirit. They were believing like this. This was the belief system. The next day, the Igwugu burned Ino's compound and Reverend Smith church to the ground. So this was the revenge taken by Igwugu. By this act, the district commissioner requests that the leaders of Umofia meet with him. When they gathered, however, the leaders are handcuffed and thrown in jail. When they suffer insult and physical abuse. There, in the jail, they suffered insults and physical abuse. After the prisoners are released, the clansmen hold a meeting, during which 5 court messengers approach and order the clansmen to desist. Desist मतलब रोकना. जो मीटिंग हो रहा था उसको रोकने के लिए. So here what Okonkos did. Then Okonko kills their leader with his machete, expecting that his fellow clan members to join him in uprising. Uprising means strike. So there was a strike, the planning for a strike going on, and Okonko thinks that his fellow clansmen will join him if he will kill the leader. But the result came just opposite to it, because the crowd allows the other messenger to escape. Then Okonko realizes at this point of time that his clan is not willing to go to war. His clansmen totally changed their mentality. When the district commissioner arrives at Okonko's compound, he finds that Okonko has hanged himself. Oberika and his friends lead the commissioner to the body. Oberika there explains that suicide is a grave sin. Thus, according to custom, none of Okonko's clansmen may touch his body. The commissioner, who is writing a book about Africa, believes that the story of Okonko's rebellion and death will make for an interesting paragraph. He has already chosen the book's title, and the title was The Pacification of the Primitive Tribes of the Lower Nigers. So, and by this title, the story ends. I hope you understood it very well. So, there were three important incidents which would be served as the tragic flaw for Okonko, who just hanged himself. That was to kill Ikmifuna and then to kill 16-year-old child. And the next is character Ino, who just unmasked the Igwogu in the ceremony. So these things act as the flaw for the Umofia village, and by this story ends. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and as per the request or the demand, I made this video in English language. If you like it in Hindi, if you like explanation in Hindi language, so I am ready to give it in Hindi. Just comment it below. Okay. So, one more thing I'd like to add here. I worked very hard to make this video, so I collected important facts with the quotations. So, it would be unfair to not subscribe my channel. So, please subscribe my channel. And I'm going to start a Q20 program in which I'll be uploading 20 previous questions every day at 11 p.m. Do set your alarm. Bye, guys. Keep loving literature and, of course, me. Bye bye.